Is Mercedes EQS 450 Plus Tesla's new challenger in long-range EV driving? Well, the uptake of electric vehicles in Australia still lags behind European and US markets. However, as the transport industry in Australia is responsible for 20% of total emissions, the New South Wales Government has created a Drive Electric New South Wales EV initiative, investing $105 million to incentivise a transition to electric vehicles for transport fleets. Now, this is in the aim to allow the sector to reach zero emissions by 2050. And big news from the sector is that Tesla Model S electric vehicle now has got some competition hot on their heels for the leading electric vehicle for distance travelled off a single charge. Please subscribe to the channel and keep watching to find out more. I'm Sage for Kalkinemedia. Electric vehicles, like any emerging technology, have had some barriers to its uptake in the early models, such as distance travelled from a single charge. Mercedes EQS 450 Plus has a single charge range that covers 450 miles, easily surpassing Tesla's Model S's ability. Britain's 2011 mass-produced economy electric vehicle was the Nissan Leaf, which had the ability to travel 73 miles from a single charge. These days, Nissan's EV budget model can last up to 226 miles off a single charge. This issue could be seen as a major barrier for the uptake of electric vehicles in Australia, as there is limited infrastructure available for electric vehicle charging stations. Some even say the electrical grid will need a major upgrade to be able to facilitate the simultaneous charging of numerous EV batteries. It's encouraging that in the UK the number of electric and hybrid vehicles increased significantly to 190,000 from a mere 1,082 between 2011 to 2021. This data supports the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson's goal to ban the sale of petrol and diesel vehicles by 2030. He'd also like to ban the sale of hybrid vehicles by 2035. In order to meet the demands of the greater uptake of EVs, they have plans to install 300,000 charging stations by 2030 in the UK. At present, there are reportedly already about 30,000. England and most of Europe is facing an energy crunch, which puts the focus on the transition to electric vehicles and the rate that the country will achieve its EV goals. In Australia, new car sales included only 2% of EVs for 2021, which is an improvement from the 2020 data of it being only 0.8%. Data from Cars Guide specialist Tom White proved that the high price of electric vehicles is still the major barrier for the mass uptake in Australia. However, what consumers will need to consider is that in the long term, electric vehicles may actually be cheaper to operate than a petrol combustion engine vehicle. Based on current data from Australian motorists, the average number of kilometres travelled each day is close to 38 kilometres per day, which would mean that an EV would require a single weekly charge. It was reported by the Australian Financial Review. Australia has made a pledge to reach global consensus on climate change and aims to reach net zero emissions by the year 2050. The transport sector, as mentioned earlier in this video, is still the major contributor to carbon emissions into the atmosphere. And from major scientific studies into the environment, it is necessary for the world to work together to limit the global temperature rise to be under 1.5 to 2 degrees Celsius in order to prevent catastrophic changes in weather patterns on a global scale. Thanks for joining us in this report. If you do like the information, let us know by giving it a like, sharing or commenting on the video below. Subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos from Kalkine. But for more articles, head to the website kalkinemedia.com. I'm Sage for Kalkine Media.